Okay, welcome back. I just would firstly like to make a small correction, or maybe not a correction, but more a just. Oh, my pen's not working. There we go. Not so much a correction, but more a just to clear up what I meant when I said that between here C, D, E, F, G, A, B and C again, I said that this was an octave, right? I said that this here was an octave, and I may have either confused some people or maybe wasn't entirely clear. To be perfectly honest, the interval, the distance from this C to this C is what an octave is. But all these notes from C to C, this is called a scale. But I don't want to confuse you too much at this early stage. So the main thing, just to recap what we did at the end of the last lesson, we talked about the notes that are used to make up the names of the notes that we use when talking about music, and we used the same letters as the English alphabet. We used an A, a B, a C, D, E, F and G, the same notes as the English alphabet, and then after G we stopped. We didn't go to H, and we went back to an A and to a B and C, and just kept going. And what I've tried to do a little bit better here is to just match up. This is in fact the A here, this is the B, and we talked about in the last video a great way to work out if this is a C. Take two black notes, go one down, and you'll find that this is the C, right? And from a C you can easily just do the alphabet up. So the two black notes, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, starts again at A, B, and then there you go, two black notes. So that is the C. Right, that's what we did in the last lesson. And I just wanted to quickly recap what we did. All right, so now what I would like to do is talk about how we so we understand that this is how they are on a keyboard, but what about when we move to a piece of paper? How do we represent these notes on a piece of paper? Now, to talk about to get us in understanding a little bit about that, I'd like what we've got here is something called well, before we talk about exactly that, what I'd like to do, one, you can see we've got 11 lines here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines. All right, so I just want to do something here and see if you can make sense of this. The middle line here, I'm going to draw a circle right around the middle line, just like that, right? Now, what if I do this? If I get the eraser, right, and I just erase this line here, and I also erase this line here. Does that look familiar? That may look familiar to some people if you've seen this before. All right, let me just let me just undo that. I'll bring that back. This note here is C, but it's a special kind of C, right? We call this middle C. Middle C, right? It's just, that makes sense, doesn't it? You've got 11 lines, right bang in the middle is middle C. Okay, so you can see we've got line here, and I've drawn this note with the line going right through the middle. So we could, if we go up this way, if we go up, right, you can see we've got one line and we've got another line here, got another line here, and here, and here, and here. Okay, oops, on the line. There we go. Right, you can see that. And it's the same going down. We've got one here, here, oops, here, here, all the way down. Okay, so this is fairly straightforward. We've got lines, and now we've also got something called spaces. In between the lines, there is a space. Space there, space there, a space there, a space there, a space there, and back the other way. We've got space, 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 and space. All right, that makes sense. No problem there. So now, see, if I go, this one's on the line. If I go line, and then I go space, and then I go line, and then I go space, then I go line, space. Can you see what I'm doing here? What I'm doing, I'm making sure that either the line goes right through the notes that are on the line, or if it's on a space, I make sure that the top and the bottom of the note is in between the line. So it's definitely on the space. So this note would be on the space. Right, that one's on a space. Same as this one's on a space, same as this one. These are all spaces. Right? And these notes here, let's change the color, keep it a bit interesting. So this note, this note, this one, and this one, these are all on lines. Right? So we've got 1, 2, 3. Yep, we've got, and we can just keep going. We've got another line on a note on a line there, and another note on a line there, and we've also got another space here. Oh, I didn't really leave myself too much room. Oops, that was not done very well. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. We can also go down here, right? So let me do the, actually that's good. Let me do the spaces. Space, 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 space. So they're all spaces. Let me do the lines in green here. So then we've got line, a line here, a line here, line, 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 and line. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. What we're going to do now, I just want to go back to our original, let me just undo all this. I want to actually go to our original thing that I did here. When I actually erased this line here and this line here. Okay, so before we actually talk about the other notes here, I did just want to say that it's very important to be able to see that you have lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines here. Okay, so and it's also very important to know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces here. Now, this note is a C. If we, you saw that I had the lines here, right? So this note here is a C. Okay, so then if I take these lines away again, if we now move up just slightly to, let's say, here, what I've done, if I draw what I've got here, about here, if I draw that here, this again is middle C. But what I hope that you can see is that we've pushed this 5 lines and these 5 lines, we've just pushed them apart a bit. So here they were the same, right? If we just extend that out, extend that line out, 11 lines. Now we've got rid of that 11th line, but we're just drawing it in again, right? But we're not drawing it all the way. We don't need it all the way. We're just doing it like this. Now, this is very interesting. This middle C, instead of doing it right in the middle as I had it, if I put it here and here, then it follows a bit more of the same kind of lines here. Line, 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 line. Okay, same with here. Line, 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 line. Okay, so you can see that we've taken the 11 lines that we originally had here. We've pushed them up a bit. This one's gone up this way. This one's just been squeezed apart, pushed apart. But this same original note is now here and here. And it's very important to realize that these two notes, even though it looks like two notes now, they're exactly the same note. They're both middle C. Okay, that is very important to stress, that this and this note here, they're the same note. Just like here, just like this note here, that was middle C, and we just took away that line. We just pushed these apart. This one went up this way, this one went up this way. It became this here. Now instead of drawing the middle C here, we just drew one up there and up there. Just like we pushed the lines, these 5 lines apart, just like we did that, we're just putting a note here and a note here, squeezing it there and there. They are exactly the same note. Okay, so if you didn't understand anything that I talked about in this video, I encourage you to watch it again and just watch it and really try to understand what the concepts that I'm talking about here. And yeah, I think I'll leave that video here now, and we'll carry on in the next video.